we have to do actually. How to use database sequences, how to use built-in SQL functions. This that will take next time. That some SQL loader software problem is there. Now we are going for next concept. So what we have done so far, first ladder we have concentrated. Reports we have concentrated. We have seen how to register the report as concurrent program, procedure, as concurrent program, SQL plus as concurrent program, SQL loader as concurrent program. Whatever we have done, those are basic things. When we apply as a fresher in the interview, they will ask us, how will you register a report? Then we'll explain, we'll develop the report and we'll upload the report from desktop to server, custom top 12.0.0 reports US folder. Then we'll create a executable, we'll create concurrent program. Shit. Then we'll create concurrent program and we'll add the parameters. Then we'll go for request group responsibility SR. But when we are applying as experienced consultant, let's say you are claiming that I'm working as 2 years in Oracle applications technically, then definitely they'll ask us which domain you are working. Financial domain. In financial domain there are modules, 7-8 modules minimum. AP module, AR, GL, fixed assets, cash management, project accounting, like this we have. Which module you have developed? Reports. Reports are procedures, or SQL programs, or SQL loader, whatever it is. If you say I worked with AP module, how many reports you have done? I have done 10-15 reports. Tell me one report which you have developed. Let's say I have developed invoice report. What are the types of invoices you have in Oracle apps? Which table this invoice data is there? How to use those tables? How to link those tables? These are the questions expected in the interview when we apply as the experienced consultant. That's why we have to learn the functional business flow, including the data model. Data model means database tables with ER diagrams, primary foreign key relationship. Data model means we have to learn the tables including the joins. One second. Okay. So now we are going to talk about two business cycles, P2P, PO, AP, GL, OM, AR, GL, and also inventory. These two are important business cycles. Important means every client will implement these modules. Every client will implement these modules. That's why most of the requirements we'll find in these two business cycles, P2P cycle and O2C cycle. What is meant by P2P cycle? P stands for procurement and another P stands for pay cycle. How to procure the goods from the suppliers. After we purchase the goods, then how will you make the payments to the suppliers? That is a P2P cycle. Then our O2C cycle, order to cash cycle. Order means sales. How to sell the goods to customers and how to ship the goods to customers. Then how to send the invoice to customer, nothing but a bill. how to collect the money from the customer. Whatever we have collected, then how will you deposit in the bank? How you will be clearing? Let's say today 100 checks you have received from different customers. You have deposited all 100 checks. You must know what are the checks are deposited, from which customer this check you have received, and out of 110 checks are bounced, 90 are cleared. These 10 checks are again you have to talk with the customer. These all things are nothing but a cash, order to cash cycle. Okay. So here we will find both financial modules and SCM modules. What are the financial modules? AP, AR, GL. What are the SCM modules? PO, inventory, OM. PO, inventory, OM. So if there is a requirement for financial technical, then you are suitable. If there is a requirement for SCM technical, then you are suitable. We are comfortable for two domains, financial domain as well as for SCM domain. We are going to apply as a techno-functional consultant or technical consultant. If you strongly prepare what I have explained, you can apply it as a techno-functional consultant. Okay, fine. So here before we start, we have financial domain, SCM domain, HRMS domain. Nowadays we are calling it as a HCM also, then CRM domain. HRMS, HCM both are same. Human resource management system earlier. Now it is human capital management. Management modules are introduced in the HR. Performance management, goal management, succession management, talent management, absence management. Like this, some 6 to 7 modules are introduced in HR area to maintain the employee's performance, talent, absence, this all, compensation, like that. That's why they are calling it as a HCM. Otherwise, both are same, HRMS and HCM. Don't think that different. CRM modules. Okay. Now we are going to learn this too. Here we are going to learn 40% of functional and 100% technical. In P2P cycle and O2C cycle, we are going to learn 40% of functional and 100% technical part. Okay. So where this functional knowledge will be helpful is when we are testing the components and when we are understanding the requirement. Whenever we are trying to understand the requirements. Okay. So there it will be helpful. For example, you received one requirement document and the client is asking, develop one credit memo report. First of all, we have to know what is credit memo, which module it is there. AP module credit memo is there, AR module also is there. What is credit memo, why we will create this, what information we will enter, what scenario it will be used, is it master detail or just normal information, which table data will be saved, and all these columns. Once you are clear, then we'll start writing the queries, writing the procedures, packages, reports development, pages development. This all will do it next. Okay, fine. So first we'll start with P2P cycle. In that we have 3 modules, PO, AP, GL. Before starting P2P cycle, basic setups are required. Supplier creation, item creation, buyer creation. Why we required these 3 is, we are going to create an item which we want to purchase. From which supplier you want to purchase? Who will purchase? For example, you are implementing Oracle applications to the client called MRF. MRF company has got some 20 branches in the India. Hyderabad, Bangalore, SR Nagar, Secunderabad, MG Road, Electronic City, like that. So whenever we install Oracle applications to the MRF company, then who will use our Oracle application software? MRF company employees will use. Whenever that employees are required some goods, then what they'll do, they'll raise a request. So we have to provide what are the items company is purchasing regularly. That items we have to create. Now for our practice purpose, we are creating one sample item. Every company will maintain the supplier information. Every company will maintain the supplier information. For example, this institute is there. I have to maintain who will repair the AC repairs. They are not selling the goods, they are service industry. They will provide the AC services. I have to maintain 7-8 members because we don't know who is available, who is not available. I have to maintain that person name, where he will be located, phone number, email ID, if it is company, fax details. That's nothing but a supplier. Computer repair person is there, or computer sales person is there, projector sales person is there, laptop sales person is there. These all are my suppliers. Whenever I want to talk with them, I have to talk with them. I have to maintain their information. If 10 members, I can note it down in my notebook. 100 members, I can enter in Excel sheet. Thousands of suppliers I have. Then you have to maintain in the database. That's why you need a ERP software. You will maintain all your suppliers' data. Okay. So that we will create one supplier. Next, buyer is nothing but an employee who will buy the goods on behalf of company. For example, MRF company is there. This company has got finance department, sales department, admin department, HR department, and also procurement department. Procurement or purchasing. What finance department employees will do? Daily payments. They'll pay it. Whatever collections are there, they'll receive it. They'll maintain the accounts, balance, future dated payments. What are the advance payments we have done? These all things they will be maintaining. That's a finance department employees work. What about sales people? They have to interact with the customers, get the orders, they have to take care of that. What about admin person? He'll take care of administration of the company. HR people, they'll take care of the employees, employee recruitment, employee appraisals, employee leaves, employee salaries, employee payrolls, employee personal information. This all they are going to deal it. Then procurement department will take care of purchasing. Whatever is required for the company, they'll take care of purchasings. They'll take care of purchasings. So people who are working in the finance department will call them as cashier or clerk or finance analyst, like this. Sales people will call it as a sales rep. Admin people, administrator. HR recruiter or HR manager. This. So people who are working in procurement department, will call them as buyers. So buyer also is employee. These all are employees, right? These all people are company employees. Clerk is a company employee. Sales representative also company employee, but different departments, different assignments, they are doing it. So here buyer is going to buy the goods which are required, not only goods, either service or support or training, whatever is required for the company, they are going to do it. Then we call it as a procurement. Now we are going to create one buyer. So what buyer will do? He will talk with suppliers and he will buy the goods from the item. Sorry, he will buy the goods from the suppliers. That's why we are going to do this setup. So in this business cycle, we'll get the items, suppliers and buyers. First we'll see how to create a supplier. When we want to, first we'll go for item, sorry. We can do any, no problem. When we want to work with item, we have to go for inventory, Vision Operations USA. Login with username. If you create with any user, no problem. Same. When we log in with 701 user, what happened? We don't have the access to the inventory responsibility. we have to assign it. How will you assign? Go to System Administrator. Go to System Administrator. Go to the user menu, security, user, define. Search your username, attach the responsibility. Whatever responsibility we required, that we will attach. Inventory, Vision Operations, US. Inventory, Vision Operations, US. You will find different names. Inventory, Vision Operations, Canada. Inventory, Vision Operations, UK, like that. All are same. Names are different. Inventory is only one module, but you have the different names. Why we required these names? If you are installing inventory module for Singapore client, then you have to implement the Singapore setups. If you are implementing inventory module for India client, then you have to maintain the Indian setups. Each country, there will be some difference in the business process. We cannot say that Indian rules and regulations, Singapore rules and regulations are similar. Definitely there will be some difference. That difference we will find in the responsibility. But finally, inventory is only one module. Don't get confused. Like inventory vision operations, Netherlands, inventory vision operations, Germany is there. Now we are working with the USA. It's all are same. Finally, only one. It's an inventory module. Okay. Now go to inventory vision operations USA. Why you are selecting inventory vision operations USA? Why don't we select inventory vision operations Germany? Yes, you can select. We don't find any difference technically. Technically zero difference. But functionally, again you have to do all the setups. Germany currency, Germany calendar, Germany ledger, these all setups you are supposed to do it. That is a functional work. We don't need to do it. Yes, that's what ledger means. It comes accounting itself. So this all we have to do it. So that is a functional job. You will get confused that we don't want. Okay. So if we go to inventory vision operations USA, already the setups are done. Straight away we can work with the module. If you work for any client in the real time, same screen, same forms, same reports, same programs, but requirement is different. Data is different. Okay. So this is inventory module. In very starting class, we discussed one module is nothing but a group of forms, reports, and programs. Now, when I say inventory module, these all are inventory module forms. These all are inventory module forms. Then where do you find reports and programs? Where do you find inventory reports and programs? Sorry, SRS window. Report is nothing but a concurrent program. Program also concurrent program. Program means which program? It may be SQL, it may be SQL loader, or it may be processor or package. You will find Java programs and Unix programs, C language, that and all not required. Only these four we will be working. So where you have the inventory reports, if I go to SRS window, I can see inventory reports. These all are inventory reports. Okay. Now what is our task? Just we want to create one item. Go to the items menu, master items, go to items menu, master items. When we try to create item, it will ask us in which inventory you want to create item. Inventory organizations are nothing but a godowns or warehouses or plants or storerooms. It's up to the client how they wanted to define. Now I am able to see here vision operations, vision ADB, vision urgent. This is all testing data. Vision China. Okay, these all are testing data. When you are working in the real time, whoever is installing Oracle apps, for example, you have installed Oracle applications to Reliance Reliance Mobiles company. Reliance company says that I have 5 godowns in Hyderabad. Then 5 inventories has to be created. When you are creating the inventory, you will give the code and name whatever client is required. They'll say ESI is the code and the name of that is Reliance Mobile ESI branch. Next Sanat Nagar branch. Next Secunderabad. Next Shamshabad. Like that, whatever inventories are there, that we will create. Who will create these inventories? It is a functional consultant job. Then what is our technical consultant job? We must know these inventories are stored in which table. In which table these inventories are stored. Where do you find these inventories? Org organization definitions table. And also we must know the primary key, organization ID. This is our job. We must know where this information is saved in the database tables and what is the primary key. Front end creating is a job of functional consultant. Okay. Now we are talking about inventory organizations. Where do you find inventory organizations? Which table this? Whatever the data we have here, vision operations, vision services, this is all testing data. In the real time, you will find other data. Table is same, primary key all are same. Database design forms, data will be different. IDs are different. It doesn't matter about the data. So when you want to write a query, you want to develop one inventory report. Now client says, I want all inventory details. Then you have to use this table, org organization definitions. Okay. Fine. Now I am going to create item in the inventory called V1, vision operations. We are creating the item in the inventory called vision operations. Okay. Just 1 second. Fine. So what we are going to do is now we are going to create an item, select items, master items. Just enter the item name and item description is enough. 701 item, Oracle standard purchasing item. Say. We don't need to enter other information that is required for functional consultant. Okay. So just we are creating item. If it is functional consultant, he must know each and every field and checkbox and the concept behind that and the concept behind that. So now what we have done, we have just created item. So here what we have to know is where this items information is going to be saved in the database. Where this items information is going to be saved in the database. What is the table name? MTL system items B. Where segment 1 equal to item. Here is your item name and item description. This. So in the interview they will ask you, where can I find item information? Which column item name will be saved? What is the primary key in this table? What is the primary key in this table? What is primary key? Inventory, item ID, organization ID. Inventory item ID and organization ID. Generally only one column will be there. Primary key means this is composite primary key. What is difference between primary key and composite primary key? If one column is not null and unique, then it's a primary key. The combination of two columns is unique and not null, then we call it as a composite primary key. Okay. Now here I am not saying that item ID is unique. There will be duplicates, duplicate entry come. I am not saying that organization ID is unique, duplicate also comes. So why duplicate comes, we'll discuss now. Okay. So if two columns are combination is unique, then we call it as a composite primary key. Okay. So that you have to remember what is difference between primary key and composite primary key. Okay. Now we have mentioned this item is valid for V1 inventory. Item is valid for V1 inventory. It means only V1 inventory organization employees can access this item. Other employees cannot access. If at all you want to assign to other employees, other inventory organizations, go to Tools menu, Organization Assignment, or there is a icon here left side, Organization Assignment. We can choose any of this. Now your item is already assigned for V1 inventory. Now I am going to assign for M1 inventory also. We are going to assign for M1 inventory also. Go to inventory called M1. Check this checkbox. Save. Now your item is assigned for two inventory organizations. Obviously in the back end database table will find two records in the table. Two records in the table. Item is same item, but assigned for multiple organizations. Same item, multiple organizations. That's why I told this column is not unique. There will be a duplicates, means same number as repeated. Why it is repeated? You are assigned for another organization. So you will see the same information, right? Now if you assign this item to another organization, let's say M5, then obviously how many records you will find now? 3 records. That is items table functionality. This is what actually required for technical consultant. How the database is designed we have to understand. You must know how the information is saved in the database table. And what is the primary key? Is it primary key or composite primary key? Okay, fine. Now we want to purchase this item. Whenever you want to purchase this item, you have to do simple setup. Go to purchasing tab and check this checkbox called purchased and save. Go to purchasing tab and check the checkbox called purchased. Check the checkbox called purchased. How to find from the backend? When you query the table, there will be a column. Generally checkbox means internally either yes or no, Y or N. Check means Y, yes, uncheck means N, no. We'll find internally Purchasing item flag is yes. Next. Now this item can be purchased from the suppliers. After we purchasing, then where do you place it? In the inventory, nothing but in the godown. Go to inventory tab, check this checkbox inventory item. If it is inventory item, then only you can receive into the inventories. Otherwise we cannot. So two setups are required. Go to purchasing tab, checkbox as purchase so that we can purchase from the suppliers, and go to inventory tab, check the checkbox as inventory item. We can receive into our inventories, and that also we can see from the backend. There will be a column called inventory item flag. Where is that? Here it is. Inventory item flag is yes. Okay. This is how the items will be created and this. Now client says that I want simple query. We want item name and organization name. But if you look at our database table, here you have the item name. This table is having organization name. In this table you have the organization ID. Name is not there. Then how will you do that? You have to join these two tables and get the details. We have item name here and we have the organization name here. We have to link these two tables. How will you link? By using the organization ID. Okay. Now write a select statement. Select from MTL system items B MTL system items dot. Just for testing purpose, I'm going to take our item only so that we can easily test. MTL system items dot segment 1, nothing but a item name. Now we got the item name. Then here we required organization name, but in our table organization ID is there. We have to go for organization definitions. MTL system items dot organization ID equal to organization definitions dot organization ID and select organization name. Then select. You want organization name, you can select. You want organization code, you can select. Now your item is assigned for 3 organizations. Okay. If you know this logic, then entire Oracle apps you can write queries. When you are looking out a department and employee table, in employee table you have a department number, but you want a department name. Then how will you do it? You know already department tables are, department details are there in the department table. You have to link both the tables. And we know department is here master and employee is detail or parent and child. Same thing here also, we have to know what is parent table and what is child table, how to join. Here what is parent table? Organizations. Because in one organization you will have either item or multiple. What is child table? MTL system items. Then you have to write the queries. This is how we will write this. This is expected by the client from the technical consultant. back end. Then why we are discussing front end is, we never create items in the real time. Maybe testing purpose will create like this. Instead of by hiding, yes, organizations data stored in org organizations definitions table. Items data is available in items table. Instead of by hiding the tables and primary foreign keys, one sample record I am creating in the front end and saving into the database table. That information I am writing query from the back end and I am writing simple queries. So that we'll get a clarity. Otherwise, we never create item in the front end. We never assign the item to the organizations. But we have to know it. We have to know how to create item, how to assign to the organizations, what is purchasing item, what is inventory item. This knowledge is required. This is not practical work expected in the project from the technical person. We must know it theoretically. Then what is practically expected this? So if you know how to find what is master table, what is detail table, what is primary key, what is foreign key, how to join the tables, you can easily write the queries. So next 8 classes, whatever we are going to discuss is very important for us. Okay, last 4-5 sessions were like report registration, procedure registration, SQL registration, SQL loader registration. These all are 4-5 times. If you do automatically, you can do it 7th time. But these all are dynamic. These all are dynamic. Every day we'll get around 6 to 7 tables. 6 multiplied by 8 days. 48 tables will get. 48 to 60 tables we'll get in the next 8 days. This all 60 tables we must know it. Every module there will be a more than 200 tables. If I take PO module, there will be a more than 200 tables. If you want to know how many tables are there, simple, connect to PO schema and write a simple query. Right? You can connect to PO schema. Username is PO. Password is PO at the rate of vision instance. Write a simple select statement. Select count from tab where T name equal to tab type. 232 tables are there in PO module. Out of that, 20 tables are important. Important means which are used regularly in the project. There is nothing important. When I see the table name, I cannot say that is important or not important. Regularly, you are using the table in your queries means that is important. So that 20 or 25 tables, not more than 20 tables, that 20 tables we must be perfect. Remaining we don't want. These tables also required for interview point of view. When you join in the project, let's say client has asked you to develop the customer report. You don't know what are the customer tables. It won't take more than half an hour to 1 hour time to find what are the customer tables, what are the customer joins, and what is primary key or what is foreign key. Maximum 1 hour you can easily find. But when I go for interview, they'll ask me, you are working in PO module 2 years, then you must have done many queries and many reports, many programs. Obviously, you must be remember those table names and you have written the join conditions. Definitely, you must be knowing primary key and foreign key, right? So that's what they will expect in the interview. So whatever these 20 tables are there in the module, you must be strong. All these tables and joins must be on your fingertips. No chance that you can go for forget about this. In the resume you have mentioned developed invoice report. Definitely they'll ask you what are the types of invoices are there, what are the tables you have used to develop the report, how to join those tables. If you say I don't know the tables, then you are lying. Whatever the report you have mentioned, it's a false. That's what they'll confirm it. That's why next 8 classes, whatever we are going to discuss, which is important for our resume. Fine. So now you are clear, right? What is technical job and what is functional job. Front end create couple of times, 2-3 times, create an item and save, I assign the item to the organization. But back end you have to write all these tables and queries till you get all these tables and column names into your fingertips. Okay, fine. So now we are done with item. Next we are going for supplier. Every company will maintain the supplier information. Supplier information. This is defined at 3 levels. Supplier, supplier site, supplier contacts. Supplier contacts. We have to create supplier. Every supplier will have either one site or multiple types and contacts information. And contacts information. First we'll go for creation of supplier. If we want to create supplier, we need the access to purchasing module. Go to system administrator, security, user, define, search our username and go to the responsibility, purchasing, vision operations, select purchasing, vision operations, US. Now go to purchasing, vision operations, US. This is nothing but a PO module. Nothing but a PO module. These all are PO module forms. Then where do you find reports and programs? SRS window. If we go to SRS window, we'll find PO module reports and programs. These all are reports. These reports only we have to customize in the real time. If any new report requirement comes, we have to develop report or procedure or SQL program or SQL loader, whatever it is. Including purchasing, you will find some other modules also, connectivity modules, whatever is required. That's not a problem. Mainly it is PO module. Now what is our task right now? We want to create a supplier. We want to create a supplier. Go to supplier base, suppliers, supply base, suppliers. This is OAF page. This is OAF page to create the suppliers. Click this button, create supplier. Go button means search. This is searching the existing suppliers. Now we are creating the new supplier. What is the supplier name? Let's say RTL Technologies, Pune. Remaining fields are not required. Those are required for functional consultant. What is tax registration number? What is taxpayer ID? What is DUNS number? This all Just enter organization name, nothing but a supplier name. And click apply button. Supplier information will be saved in the database table. So what is the table for supplier? Already we discussed, right? AP supplier. Where do you find supplier name? Vendor name equal to this, Gensar Technologies. Supplier name is created successfully. Number is generated by the system automatic. What is the number? 36. Segment 1 contains supplier number. Now here is your supplier number. You can see number here. Supplier number is 36 and this is supplier name. Now here vendor ID is nothing but your primary key. Vendor ID is your primary key. Vendor number is different, vendor ID is different. Vendor ID is used internally to maintain your primary foreign key relation. Like in employee table, you will find employee ID, employee number. We will always display employee number and employee name. But internally, when we are writing the queries, we'll write the employee ID in the where condition, because that is a primary foreign key relationship. Employee number or supplier number, this is varchar to data type. Either number will be there, numeric or alphanumeric also can be there. Okay, fine. Now every supplier will have either one site or multiple sites. Let's say Gensar company is providing some goods. They are going to supply some goods. They have branches in Hyderabad and Bangalore and Pune. 3 locations. Then how many sites we have to create? 3 sites. We have to maintain each site address. Hyderabad site address, Bangalore site address and Pune site address. Go to address book, create. India, country and address style. Pune, Gensar, Pune. And we can purchase the goods from Pune and we can make the payments in Pune. Check these 2 check boxes, purchasing and payment. Click the continue button. And this site is assigned for vision operations. Now we are assigning the site for one operating unit called vision operations. Click apply button. Only vision operations employees can access Gensar Pune site. Same, one more. Create. This time Hyderabad site. This also only vision operations employees can access. I am assigning this site to only vision operations sites. Next, one more site. Like this, wherever supplier is having the branches, that we are going to create. Wherever supplier is having the branches, that we are going to create. Another one is Hyderabad we have defined, right? Bangalore. This is how the sites will be created. There is some technical package problem operating in it, no issue. Cancel it. Already 2 sites we have created and we have assigned Pune and Hyderabad. Then where do you find site information? AP supplier sites all table. AP supplier sites all table. Where? Give your vendor ID. What is your vendor ID? 38172. Then you will get information. How many sites we have? 2 sites. Every site will have the ID. So here primary key is vendor site ID. Vendor site ID. Then contacts information. How to contact this supplier? If I want to purchase the goods, how I can contact this supplier? Go to contact directory. Go to contact directory and create the contacts info. Nothing but employees. Nothing but employee information. We can enter. Click up. Like this, contacts information will be maintained. Create the supplier contact. This. This supplier contacts information will find in the table called AP supplier contacts. And what is the primary key here? Vendor contact ID is the primary key. Vendor contact ID is the primary. So these are the 3 tables related to the suppliers. So you want to develop any supplier related reports or queries or program, we have to use these 3 tables: supplier table, site table, and contacts table. So supplier is a parent, sites is a child table. Again, site is a parent, contacts is the child. How to join the supplier and sites? By using the vendor ID. How will you join the site and contacts? By using the vendor site ID. This. Okay. So these are 3 tables for the suppliers. Okay. Next, this about supplier creation. Tomorrow we'll go for buyer creation. That we'll see tomorrow. And we'll start the PO module tomorrow. Okay. Fine. So this entire